Tonight, a report on a Moses Lake shooting suspect arrested in Montana, and Grant County looks to increase their budget. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Well, Warden Sports dominates this segment as postseason football, soccer, and volleyball games took place over the weekend. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
I'm meteorologist Mike Sines. Wednesday's lows are going to be flirting in the 30s, and we're going to have precip around. Who could see snow? I'll let you know coming up in weather.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The suspect in a shooting in Moses Lake was arrested in Missoula, Montana, after allegedly ramming a police car. Olajide Fletcher, a 25-year-old Moses Lake man, was reportedly found at a Missoula motel after the U.S. Marshals Service contacted Missoula police. According to Moses Lake Police Captain Dave Sands, Missoula police responded to the motel on November 5th. When Fletcher reportedly got into a vehicle, he drove toward officers and rammed a U.S. Marshals Service SUV with several officers inside. An officer reportedly shot at Fletcher's vehicle as he ran the SUV, but nobody was injured. Fletcher and a woman with him were arrested. Grant County prosecutors charged Fletcher in Grant County Superior Court with assault in the first degree. He is accused of shooting a 51-year-old man outside an East Hill Avenue home on November 1st. Moses Lake High School and Big Bend students were able to learn about automotive mechanics while helping community members at the same time. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Automotive technology students got a little experience, and senior citizens benefited from Senior Citizen Car Care Day at Big Bend Community College. The college teamed up on Saturday with Moses Lake High School and Skills USA at the Auto Technology Building for the learning event. Students and apprentices learning automotive mechanics and maintenance, changed oil, conducted fluid inspections, and tire changes or rotations for seniors who made appointments. Columbia Basin Technology and Skills Center automotive tech teacher Rich Archer talked about the program's purpose.
To teach the kids what the real world was like when they go to a shop.
One of those benefiting from the event was Paul Lamb, who brought in his vehicle for student service.
Figured we'd get it done and give you guys some of your students more experience.
Archer said the event more than doubled the number of seniors participating. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Challenger Don Myers overtook incumbent council member Jason Avila to win a seat on the Moses Lake City Council. Myers trailed Avila by a small amount of votes for the past 2 days and surpassed him by after votes were counted on Thursday. Myers received 1,523 votes compared to Avila's 1,507 votes. Myers said he plans to work with the current city council members to get tips and advice for the transition. He wants to work with the new city manager and find out what his plans are. Avila said he's okay with the results. The election is going to be certified on November 24th. A man was found dead in the cab of a semi-truck in Ephrata. The semi-truck was found parked behind a gas station on Basin Street Northwest on Thursday afternoon. Someone went to look into the semi-truck after noticing it had been parked for some time, possibly a couple days. According to Ephrata Police Chief Mike Warden, the cab doors were locked and the truck was still running. Ephrata firefighters were able to get the door open and the man's body was removed. The man will not be identified until his next of kin are notified. There does not appear to be foul play. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at primetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
This weather segment's brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. I'm meteorologist Mike Sines with a look at your weather headlines. We are going to see snow showers are going to be tapering off, and then we have another round of snow forecasted, and a windy Wednesday is in store with a passing system. Here's a look at our almanac for us here in Ephrata. We reached a low of 45, nothing in the way of precip, and the sunset for us at 4:30. Record low back in 1975 of 20 degrees for our friends out in Moses Lake. They reached a low of 44, trace of precip, and the sunset for them right around 4:30. Right now outside your door, 45 degrees with broken clouds across the region. We did have snow earlier today, and as you can see right now, temperatures are actually going to drop as they do, so that's what's going to give way to these snow showers. Snow showers are going to be moving on out, and we are going to see another round of snow enter in towards the region. Taking a look at our Futurecast model, we can already see this system here. It's lining up, and as it starts to make its way in towards our region, that's going to bring us light chances for snow as we see Tuesday, 8 a.m. That frontal system's making its way into the region with humidity. Tuesday now, 11 o'clock, and as we make our way into Wednesday, right in the morning time frame is where we are going to start to see snow accumulate on the model. Here's a look at your forecast for Tuesday in Yakima, 54 degrees. Tri-City, 49, a little bit cooler with sunny skies in that region as well. Out towards Long Beach, 56 with mostly cloudy skies. Taking a closer look here, 50 for us here in Ephrata, 49 in Moses Lake, and we really are going to see a nice weather pattern in store. Temperatures ranging anywhere from the 50s, 40s. We are going to see sunny skies and a few high clouds up in the sky. No rain as of tomorrow, but then entering into the evening, as you can see on the extended outlook, is when we are going to see chances for actually snow flurries Tuesday going into Wednesday. It's going to be a windy Wednesday, and that's where we are going to have those chances to see some snow flurries Tuesday evening heading into Wednesday with 20%. And then we have another frontal system that'll make its way in here Sunday. As it makes its way in here Sunday, we're going to see a 50% chance of isolated showers and storm. Temperatures are going to be for highs in the 40s to 50s. Check out the low Wednesday going into Thursday of 28 degrees. So we are going to have a few cold fronts that's going to make their way in towards our region, and that's really where we need to have our jackets ready because we are going to see a cool down as far as temperatures go Friday into Saturday, 34 degrees for the low. Thanks for watching. Sports next.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Warden and Liberty Bell matched up in the Apple Bowl for the district championship On a cool fall Saturday evening in Wenatchee, Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
It was Warden facing off with Liberty Bell and Wenatchee for the right to be crowned 2B District 5, 6, 7 champions. It was a back-and-forth first 40 minutes that had the Mountain Lions scoring first. The Cougars came right back when star striker Brenna Whitney raced down the right side of the pitch and cracked a goal past the charging Liberty Bell keeper. Leveled at 1-1, the Mountain Lions would regain the lead in the 33rd minute, making it 2-1 at the break. In the second half, Warden gave the Mountain Lions backline trouble, creating more offensive chances. Brenna Whitney took advantage of those chances, striking 2 more goals for the Cougars, giving her a hat trick and a 3-2 lead. The Warden defense played great in the second half, shutting out Liberty Bell as the Cougars held on for the 3-2 victory. Warden now moves on to the state playoffs and will host a first-round game. Warden head coach Hannah Mose is proud of the way her girls compete.
It feels really good. The girls worked really hard, and I'm impressed with the determination and willingness to play 80 minutes. And they were exhausted, and I had to do a lot of switching, so I'm proud of them.
Star striker Brenna Whitney thinks her team has what it takes to make a deep run in the state playoffs.
I expect the same thing. I think that we can go all the way, work together, keep talking, and come up on top.
The Cougars and Shockers matched up for all the marbles in the district title showdown, and it was the higher seed going down in defeat. The 2B District 6 Volleyball Championship was on the line Saturday when Warden and Waterville took to the court at Ephrata High School. The Cougars, sporting a 15-2 record, breezed through the first 2 rounds, shutting out Tenasket and Brewster. The 13-5 Shockers had a bit of a tester in round 1 with a 3-2 win over Okanagan, but the team bounced back with a 3-0 win over Kittitas to advance to the final. This one was all you'd expect in a championship game with non-stop action that brought the crowd to its feet on several occasions. Warden dominated the first set 25-12, dropped the second set 25-16, and fell behind 15-7 in the third. The Cougars caught fire and closed it to 2017 on a gallant effort from Shania Kisler, who was doing everything she could to keep her team in it. The Warden came up on the short end of a 25-20 score and was staring defeat square in the face. The Cougars, unwilling to go down without a fight, jumped up top 7-1. Waterville fought back to tie it 9-all. Warden was able to take a 22-19 edge down the stretch and looked to have this set in the bag, but the Shockers refused to yield. Knotted 25-all, the match was up for grabs. At 28-28, it could go either way. But it was Waterville pulling it out 31-29 and coming away with the upset win and the #1 seed to state. Aaliyah Enrique led Warden's attack with 15 kills and 10 blocks. Shania Kisler added 10 kills, 2 blocks, and 15 digs. Isabel Gonzalez was 24 for 24 at the serve line with an ace. Warden will open state play against Onalaska at 8 a.m. November the 13th at the Sundome in Yakima. Well, the Warden football team continues to roll with a 60-0 shellacking of Manson in a crossover game Friday. 6 different Cougars scored in this one. Zach Askin led an unstoppable ground game that churned out more than 300 yards in the lopsided contest. Askin toted the rock 3 times for 153 yards and 2 scores. He also had a receiving touchdown. Guillermo Gonzalez had 4 carries for 74 yards and a TD. Quarterback Tanner Scone completed 9 passes for 162 yards and 4 touchdowns. Warden hosts Northwest Christian Friday at 7 p.m. in round 2. The Moses Lake Chiefs were looking to close out league play undefeated for the first time in recent memory when West Valley came calling. Were they able to pull it off? Here's Sean Wells with the story.
Isaiah Thomas had 7 catches for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushed for another score as Moses Lake destroyed West Valley 49-12. The Chiefs jumped out early and often in the first half, scoring 42 points. Draven Navarez put Moses Lake on the board first with a 1-yard touchdown run, his 10th touchdown in conference play. The Rams closed the gap in the second quarter when quarterback Brandon Battle found Justin Vandenbrink in the back of the end zone. A missed PAT attempt would leave the score at 7-6. Moses Lake would then go on to score 42 unanswered points, starting with this 79-yard Isaiah Thomas touchdown.
And he is going to go for 6, touchdown, Moses Lake.
Wow, there was no catching Isaiah Thomas.
The Chiefs scored 35 points in the final 10 minutes of the second quarter. Everything was clicking for Moses Lake as Brandon Griffith found Ridge Montgomery for the flea flicker touchdown.
That's an interesting, is that trying to flea flicker here, passes away. Man in the end zone, and he comes down with the catch.
The Chiefs then brought out the hook and ladder a la Boise State in the 2007 Fiesta Bowl. Henry Russwell lateraled to Isaiah Thomas in stride for the touchdown.
Sideline, and in the end zone for another Moses Lake touchdown.
Thomas finished his conference play with 13 touchdowns. With the win, the Chiefs claim the Big non-district title outright and will host a state playoff game this Saturday against Bellarmine Prep. Kickoff is set for 2 o'clock at Lions Field.
Elmira Cooley Heartline picked up a huge 60-20 road win at Republic in the opening round of postseason 8-man football. It's the 9th win in a row for the Warriors, who host Selkirk Friday at 7 p.m. This should be a wild one as both teams average more than 48 points a game. Royal Crest Goldendale 70-2 and will host a second-round game Friday, but the time and opponent is yet to be determined. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
The Dodge brothers' competitive spirit and engineering prowess started long before they built their first car, and will continue long after their latest, the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the reopening of the Moses Lake ice skating rink more than a year after the city was forced to close the rink due to a budget deficit. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
For the past 2 months, young skaters were ready and waiting in the parking lot outside Moses Lake's ice rink Friday afternoon. It was the first time in a year since the rink had been open to the public since the city of Moses Lake's financial cutback shut down such activities at Larson Recreation Center. There wasn't a long line and a mad dash to get in, but people of all ages were trickling in before dusk. 13-year-old Angel Stolzig waited for 3 hours to be the first in the rink. An ice skater since he was 5 years old, the Frontier Middle School student was happy to be back and skating again in his hometown.
I didn't like when they closed because it was nothing to do. Like, my mom had to spend money to get me busy.
Jessica Richards, a sophomore at Moses Lake High School who was hired as a rink guard, was renting out the skates Friday. She shared her job description.
When we're out on the rink, we protect them. If someone was to fall down, we'd give them CPR, be able to help. If someone fell down, we'd go up to them and say, hey, are you okay?
Other young skaters were happy to shred the ice once again. And that they did.
Something to do, and not a lot to do here other than go bowling, or that's about it, actually.
Better than sitting at home. I probably go every day.
I miss being on the ice. Gives you something to do, a place to hang out with your friends and meet people.
Ice rink skating fees are $2 for youths ages 5 to 17 and seniors ages 65 and older. It's $3 for adults. Kids ages 4 and under get in free. Skate rentals are $5. 10-day admission punch cards and season passes are available. Hours are 4 to 8 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 to 8 p.m. Saturday, and 2 to 6 p.m. Sunday.
Go get him, buddy.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. The murder trial of Anthony Vasquez is underway. The 25-year-old Moses Lake resident is accused of killing 22-year-old Juan Garcia in a vehicle outside of the airport grocery mart near Larson on September 17th in 2013. Deputy Prosecutor Kevin McRae told the jurors about the testimony and surveillance video to be used as evidence. Defense attorney Rafael Gonzalez told the jury the prosecution was presenting a compelling story, but the jurors needed to consider the evidence carefully. Police reported the accused and the victim were gang members, and the two were upset with each other prior to the murder. Grant County's budget may be increased by roughly $7 million. The Grant County Commissioners started their budget process by approving a $124 million preliminary budget. The commissioners are reviewing portions of the budget and holding hearings about the budget proposal during the next few weeks. The largest portion of the budget is the proposed $44 million current expense budget. The current expense fund includes several county departments and offices, including the sheriff's, prosecutors, treasurers, assessors, and auditor's office, and the Department of Public Defense and the building and planning departments. Last year's final budget for the current expense fund was $37 million. In Northwest news, a family of 6 were rushed to the hospital after a potentially deadly gas seeped into their home in Issaquah. 3 firefighters were also hospitalized. Kyra's Maria Guerrero has the story.
This house along Northeast Eagle Way in Issaquah had to be ventilated after the silent killer, as it's known, seeped in. Eastside firefighters were called at 7:25 after someone inside started losing consciousness.
Other family members started to experience the same identical symptoms. At the same time, the crew also noticed a smell in the home.
It was car exhaust fumes with extremely high levels of carbon monoxide, which has no smell or taste. A hazmat team found the source of the poisoning in a car that was parked in the garage. It has technology that allows it to be turned on and off with the push of a button.
A van had been running in there and had actually run out of gas. So the assumption was that the vehicle had probably run all night long.
A class action lawsuit was recently filed against 10 automakers, citing 13 deaths linked to drivers with keyless ignition systems accidentally leaving their cars running in garages, causing carbon monoxide poisoning. The lawsuit claims a defect in some cars allows them to keep running even after the key fob is no longer in the car.
It's easy to do. We pull in our garage, we're coming and going, we think we're going to run another errand, we leave our car running. And we don't.
It's not known if the same thing happened to this family. All 6, including 2 kids, were taken to Swedish Medical Center nearby. The 3 firefighters first on scene went to another hospital out of precaution. Everyone is expected to be okay.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.